Welcome back, boys. In this video I'm going to give you the lessons I've learned in getting to 100 grand a month in online business. And a lot of people don't know this, but I've been in business for quite a few years. I've done multiple different businesses before I had one that worked or made me any money. So I've learned a few lessons along the way. Obviously I don't know everything about business, or I'd be a billionaire. I'm not a billionaire yet, so fuck it. Yeah, let's do some business lessons. I'm your teacher for today. Please, if you could all take a seat and take out a pen and paper, I'd be very, very pleased about that. Before we get into that, we're currently running an offer for the next 24 hours on the 10K Accelerator. Check it out down below. We're including our Move to Thailand guide, the full video and PDF for the next 24 hours. Use code GOLDEN at checkout and you will receive that for free of charge. Check that out in the link below. But let's get into it. CEO's business lessons. Begin each day in abundance. The more I succeed in business and in life, I realised that the majority of things we do actually come down to our mindset. Succeeding in business is a mindset, just like anything else. You have to have an amazing belief in yourself in anything that you do, or other people won't believe in you. So that's really where you start. I remember starting out in business and trying really, really hard, chasing. I was always feeling like I was chasing things. So I'm going after everything I want. I'm doing absolutely everything I can. I'm grinding. And the one thing I'll tell you is divine guidance, I believe, is very, very real. I have belief in God now. And I believe you will find the path that you're meant to be on as long as you do everything that you can at the time. So previously through my life, I've tried very, very hard. There was nothing more I could have done when I tried cleaning company, made money doing it. I had a sales company selling alarm systems, made money doing it, but it just didn't quite figure itself out. It didn't quite work. Lo and behold, I was not meant to do those things. I tried my hardest to make them work. I learned the lessons that were necessary from those things. And then I moved on and I went into something that aligned with me as a person. As long as you're giving everything you can, I believe you'll be all right. One of the best ways to do this, when we're doing the business mission, and for guys like us, the way that we are, often we can become ungrateful because we're always chasing more. I mean, even I can guarantee you right now, you make your 10 grand month, you'll be looking at 20. When you do your first 20 grand month, you'll be instantly looking at 40. Things change very, very quickly. So you have to remain grateful for what you have. And that's what I mean by beginning in abundance. So I like to do a little exercise in my brain when I start each day. How would I feel right now if I was in prison, if I was locked up for no reason? You'd do absolutely anything just to sit in the place you are now, doing the things you're doing now. Same with sickness. If you were terminally ill, if you'd lost your legs, you'd do anything you could to just begin the day how you're beginning it now. And that sort of wipes out any of the bullshit you're thinking about. You're thinking about, oh, I've lost this deal, or work's really, really hard. If you begin the day with gratitude for what you already have, all of that seems so trivial and small. And it allows you to become a bit of a powerhouse in business. It allows you to become unwavered by daily challenges, because you realise that really everything we face in day-to-day life is very simple challenges. You can handle those easily, and that's the kind of man you should become, is a man that just ploughs through challenges at every moment to prove himself to God. There's been a lot of differences between my first businesses and the business that I've made money in, and those differences are attention, audience, reach, social media. Using the power of the internet is one of the absolute best things you can do. I think it's very, very difficult to create a business that's long-term and sustainable without building a brand, without building an actual audience and fans for what you do. If I was to start again, there's two different ways you can do this to build a brand. Organic brand building, so viral marketing, long format stories. So you should bring people in with viral content. You should capture an audience by doing viral content. So for example, when I started YouTube, I did cold approach because it was popular, because it would show me to more people. And then once your audience is there watching your viral stuff, you see a lot of guys, they go viral, but they don't end up building a brand. And the reason why is because they don't tell any stories. For you to connect with me, you have to know about me. You have to know who I am. You have to associate yourself with my brand and feel associate with the way that I feel, and understand that that's part of you as well. And you do that with viral marketing and long form stories. That's how you organically build a brand. So you start to tell the stories of your life, your struggles, your trials. You document the things that you do. This builds a customer base. It builds people that are committed to you as a person. And that's how I believe you build a very sustainable and profitable brand. The other way of doing that let's say you have a supplement company but no organic brand, and you've got some money in the bank, you can do paid brand building. So you can do viral ads and then follow it up again. Viral ads to get your outreach. Once you've got money, you just need eyeballs, viral branding, viral ads, a great brand and a great message, and a face and a story. And that's how you bring people in. That's what's made me a business that I can rely on and build out and build a mission and a journey with the New Elite and the 10K Accelerator. It's things I believe in, and they're closely tied to who I am as a person, which is hopefully what you guys relate to. How to scale effectively. I think we started off the year doing about 20 grand a month. And within 3 months, we'd scaled to 100 grand a month. And that was solely through, yes, the release of a second product, but also price increases. We just doubled our prices every month for 3 months for the New Elite, for our network. And what we found is not only did it give us more money to improve the service and what we were giving, but it increased perceived value. So people were coming in making 30 grand a month. And they, at the start, we had guys coming in making 5 grand a month and wanting to network. But then as soon as we increased the price, our market was different. So we're attracting bigger fish. We're attracting people making 30, 40 grand a month that want to scale to 100. It increased the quality of our network, and it increased the revenues and the profits that we brought in. Second thing, make your product better. A lot of people get bogged down on the marketing and the sales of their product, whereas the product will sell itself if you just make it very, very good. If you sell it to one person and they absolutely rave about it because it changed their life, they'll sell it to 10 more people without you asking them. And that's that's how you build a really sustainable brand, and a brand that's going to make you a lot of money, is by actually making the service unbelievable, increasing the price, making it expensive, but making it an incredible service so everybody raves about it. And then your marketing and sales expenses come down. It becomes a lot easier to sell that stuff. It becomes a lot easier to get customers in. Create plans for referrals. Incentivize your audience, your customers, to refer your product to other people. Another part of scaling, I can't do everything on my own. I couldn't do half of, even a quarter of what I do in terms of business on my own, because I'm not strong in all areas of business. But when you build a team, that's what allows you to grow and create something that's truly profitable and really focus your energies on the one thing you're good at. And if you look at someone like Iman Gadzhi, that's something I'd say he's incredibly good at doing. He finds the best in the business for teams and he builds around that, and that's why he's become so incredibly successful. When building a team, there's a few things that I think are more important than anything else. One of them being, it's much more important that you get on with somebody, that you have the same vision and the same morals and values, that you guys can hang out and enjoy each other's company whilst being very different people, is far more important than somebody that's maybe already got all the skills for the job. I'd rather have someone that listens to me, understands where I'm going with the business, takes on instruction very, very well, is able to have conversation with me. I enjoy their company. I'd much rather have that person and teach them the job rather than somebody who I don't get on with. So when you're building out your team, remember that personality really, really matters in my opinion. Creating systems is a no-brainer. A lot of times guys in business, they get bogged down with the day-to-day and they forget to create systems. You will end up just working and working. The goal is not 18-hour days. The goal is 2-3 hour days and fucking as much free time as you can get your hands on and lots of money. Remember that. You've created a business to give yourself financial freedom and the life that you want to live. That's the end goal. Put money into your pocket, make yourself rich, enjoy your life, serve your customers, change lives. Do not give yourself an 18-hour day job. That's not what it's for, and systems takes that away. So whenever there's a job that you're doing over and over again, create systems for it, build them into the business so you no longer have to do that job. Delegate the tasks, free up your time, grow the business, make the big money decisions. That's your job. Internal sales, much easier to sell to a current customer than it is to sell to a new customer. So once you've got a customer that loves your brand and loves your products, give them something else to buy. Give them a new product, give them merch, give them anything at all. Serve the problems that's coming up. Create business inside of your business rather than constantly reaching out for new customers. Start internal sales. To become sustainable, you have to build a brand, build a movement. You have to have a product that matters, a product that makes people feel a certain way. You have to have incredible customer service. That's one of the most important things. You should have somebody replying to emails on customer service and fixing problems no matter what they are. Dario, you guys probably know from the channel, my good friend Dario, he runs one of the biggest camper van conversion companies in the UK. The reason why his business is so trusted is because of their reviews. Because Dario, I've been with him, he gets messages or calls from customers, they've done something wrong with their van, they've fucked up the van. Dario still takes it in, repairs it for free, gives it back. He has the best customer service in his industry, and that's made him the big dog in the industry. So customer service is unbelievable. You have to focus on your customer service. You have to make people feel listened to. A lot of times people just want to rant. You have to have somebody, a customer service representative in your company that is very good on the emails, making people feel listened to and sorting out problems. And you have to constantly evolve and stay relevant with your brand. There should be somebody focusing on that and building out the brand to stay relevant in today and revolutionizing your products or your service. I've got a good story about a friend of mine called Waqar, and I met Waqar for the first time through Hamza in Dubai, and we just chatted a little bit. We chatted a little bit, exchanged contacts, but we didn't have enough time to really get into anything or become good friends. And after that, we didn't really keep in touch or anything, but I was back in Dubai a couple of months later, and I needed somebody to help me get a podcast studio together for the Justin Wallet and Stephen Ronald Bell podcast with Dario. So I put a story out, and Waqar came straight back to me. Now, Waqar booked the studio, paid for it, booked the producer, paid for it, turned up on time with gifts for every one of the guests. And what he did there was basically an incredible representation of how to build and grow your reputation. So he's instantly gone from somebody who was just an acquaintance to somebody who's done me a huge favour. And as a result of that, Waqar ended up at dinner with us. We ended up hanging out more, and we've become very good friends. And the reason that that's happened is because Waqar invests in growing his reputation, in his reach, by giving to others first. And that's very important, because I would now trust Waqar with many things. I would give Waqar advice. I would ask for advice from Waqar. He's a good friend of mine. I would do favours for him. And that's what you do. What people say behind your back is very, very important. And I would never say a bad word about Waqar behind his back. A lot of people think because people don't say nasty things to their face, that nasty things don't happen. They do. And reputation is very important. Now, if anyone ever comes to me asking if I would vouch for Waqar, I would, because he's a very good guy and he's been very good to me. Another one, it's very common for people that go into business for the first time to want to do 50-50 splits with their friends. And I don't think that's a very good idea. And the reason why is because I had a cleaning company when I was in Bournemouth. And if you have a 50-50 split, you have nobody who is the boss. And that created a rift between me and my first business partner. And it came to a point where he wanted to make a certain decision. He felt he was adding more to the business. I felt I was adding more to the business. But we had no boss. So we had nobody that could overrule the other one. We had no one that could make a definite decision. And this ended up with the two of us falling out. And the business dissolved. He went his own way. I went my way. We couldn't do the work without each other. It was not an intelligent move by either of us, and the business fell apart. So ever since then, I always remain the boss inside of a business, and I believe that's a very good way to run things. So if you bring in a partner, I recommend you do the majority of the work yourself to start. You have the idea yourself, and you bring in a partner that has the skills that you do not possess. Do not bring in a partner that is the same as you, who has exactly the same skills because they're your friend. Choose your partner very carefully and make sure you remain the boss in the business. It's always better to have a leader, somebody that can make the final decision. Also, never rely on one person. There's no point in putting somebody in a position where they can ruin your business. Even if you trust them completely, there's no point in doing that. You don't need to. Always have fail-safes. Never have a point in your business that can be destroyed by one person. If one person controls all the finances, all the websites, all of that stuff, has all the logins, could literally click of a button to wipe you out, make sure that gets fixed. That never needs to be something that you do. Even if you fully trust them, there's no point in putting yourself in that position. Always make sure you never rely on one person inside of your business. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Always plan for the worst case scenarios. I've had a lot of times, even in the past year, where you are expecting a record month. You've just done, let's say, 20 grand in a month. The next month you're expecting 25, but instead you do 10, 15 grand less than the month before. Now, a lot of people would increase their expenses after their 25 grand month or their 20 grand month, and then be left fucked the next month. Business in the starting stages comes down to cash flow. Can you weather the storm? Understand business is up and down. It's not going to be going from level to level to level every single month. Hopefully it does. It's always the aim, but sometimes it doesn't. I've done a fairly decent job of keeping cash flow, of never spending too much and keeping a nice stockpile of cash so you can weather the storm if something doesn't go right in your business. That's planning for the worst. Also, one thing to watch out for is when you get to know someone, anyone, whether it be a friend or a business partner or a girl, if they talk about fucking other people over, if they're generally a negative person that talks about the bad things or talks bad about other people, just understand that they will do exactly the same to you if you're ever on the bad side of them. People act the way that they are. You can very easily read people if you know what to look for. So if somebody's talking about how unfair a boss was to them before, how they fucked him over and kicked him out of the company, be very, very careful. So just as I said before, a few traps, overspending, obviously, but another one that people don't realize is trying new investments. Often people will find a business, 20 grand a month. They'll get on to me, okay, what should I put my money into now? You've got a vehicle that's already making you 20 grand a month. Your money should go back into that investment. It should go back into building that business. Don't let other investments fool you. Once you've got money, there's going to be a lot of people that want to work with you. There's going to be a lot of people that want to take some of that money, that have these grand ideas for how they can build out a business. Stay true to what got you the money in the first place. Stay focused. Build that out. Do not start splitting your fucking attention into cryptos and all these different things. It's fine to have an investment portfolio. It's fine to put a bit of money away into things that you want to try. That's absolutely fine. But when people are coming at you with new investments and it takes time away from your original business, remember what got you there. Don't chase the quick cash. And not protecting your capital. You need to, when you start making money, protect it from taxes, have multiple accounts around the world, multiple residencies. Why would you allow yourself to be in one country getting taxed an incredible amount where you could live in a different country or be more global and safer in multiple banks and not get taxed as much? You have to be tax efficient and make sure that you're doing all of that legally, but make sure that you're putting as much money in your pocket as possible. That is the aim of the game with business. And boys, there you go. There are a few of my business lessons. I've got many, many more to learn. I look forward to making maybe one of these a year for the next few years as business grows. But there are a few that have really stuck out to me so far. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you boys on the next one. If you want to join 10K Accelerator, remember we've got that promo on, so go check that out below. That guide will tell you exactly how I moved to Thailand, gives you the full PDF as well, and you get the 10K Accelerator program. And also, if you're interested in joining our Global Gentlemen's Club, our network, click the new elite below and shoot us a message, and we'll see if you're a good fit. Boys, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you on the next one. Wow!